Hi folks, it's Mr. Weston here, and this is the final unboxing video of the Final Fantasy trading card game, Opus 1. Pretty much the first series of card games that are coming out for the Final Fantasy trading card game. Now it comes to the final one, which is the booster box that you can get for this game. Inside here will be 36 packs of booster packs. Each one will contain 12 cards. All up will be, and I did just do the math before, 432 cards in total. So if we look at the back itself, so apparently you will get, there's a few commons, rares, heroes, legends, and premiums. Of course, it will contain 2 identical cards, which is not too bad, considering in each deck you can get 3 of each card. So, of course, when stores will get them, they'll display them like so. Let's get started. So let's take a look at the booster box pack itself. So what you do like is you do have that little knob in the corner there, so you can just rip it, tear it open, and get straight to it. So let's do it. Number 1 of 36. Okay, that was a bit harder than I thought, but that's alright. Okay, so what do I pull? Okay, so we got ourselves an Evoker, Chocobo Chick, a nice backup there. Black Belt, I think I do have a few more of those. Knight, White Mage, Summoner, Archer. Oh, here we go. Laguna from Final Fantasy VIII. Now, particularly Dissidia Final Fantasy VIII. So there we go. So this one has an EX Burst. So if this one's onto the field, and if I control a card named Squall, I get 2,000. This one gets 2,000 power, so it brings it up to 9,000. Fang from FF13. That's not too bad. I'll probably, if you were to use a fire sort of style deck, this would be perfect for it. Now, if you were to gain a few Bahamuts, the cost is reduced by 2. If it's already 2, it can't become 0. So there we go. So Fang will get first strike until the end of the turn. So if you were to attack a card, this one goes first. Seymour. And across from the recent World of Final Fantasy game. So that's nice. So if you do have any Earth Forwards, aka if I was to get Barret, here one has 7,000 if she's on the field as a backup. So that's nice. And the Emperor from Dissidia, Final Fantasy, at Category 2, as I believe. So that's a nice forward there. And of course, he's also a dark card. So I can only have a light or a dark, and he can only be on the forward as a dark/light only. So that's 1 of 36. Let's bring out the second one. Okay, that's a better tear. Okay, so we do have another Knight. Another Ifrit. Sage. Ramza from Final Fantasy Tactics. So I can choose to back up and activate, so that's a nice lightning card. Knight. Deleta. So if I end up blocking an attack that comes from there, I can get 2,000 instead of just 5,000. Another Monk. Zangan. So this is a nice shiny card. There we go. Nice little foil there. Auron from Final Fantasy X. Again, you can use him as in a fire deck, which is pretty good. So if the backups I control cannot be broken with your opponent's summon or abilities, so that's actually really good. Duke Goltana from Final Fantasy Tactics. Gipal from 10. And Maria. So you do have some nice previous artists that you get, so that's actually not too bad. So if I was to bring her onto field, each forward I control gains 1,000 power. So that's alright. Alright, 3 of 36. I've just established I'm not good at pulling these cards. Alright, Kimahri from FF10. So he's a good backup. He can be a forward as well. Titan from Final Fantasy Tactics. So there we go. Thief. Black Mage from Tactics. Bard from 3. Squire. Geomancer. Here we go. So let's bring back that Kimahri that I had before, so we can compare the two. So there we go. So it's pretty much the same ability, but of course there's a nice foil there as well. Nice to have on the play. Here we go. Warrior of Light from Dissidia Final Fantasy. Now, what you do notice is this one, if I can get myself more comfy, this one has, believe is alternative, the alternative costume, that's it, that you get. So, I believe there'll be 2 styles of this one. Sephiroth from FF7, so that's good. So he has first strike. Now, if I was to play him, both of us will have to discard 2 cards from each of our hands. Zack from 7. This is technically from Crisis Core Final Fantasy 7. So if I was to control an Aerith, he gets 2,000 power. So that's pretty good. And of course, Tidus from FF10. So this is a different one from the starter deck that you get. So I'll bring him out. So of course, this is from the Cydia Final Fantasy. So you can compare the 2. All right. That's number 3. Number 4. Oh, I can imagine this video being long enough already as it is. All right. So we do have another Titan from Tactics. I think I've already pulled a couple of those already. Again, another Thief. Another Black Mage. I imagine these are going to be definitely... You're going to have a few doubles. Knight. Another Deleter. Another Bard. It's from the same one I already have. Oh, here we go. Moogle from Tactics. Here we go. So this is another EX boost I could have. And I've pulled another Barret. And in fact, this one... Nice little art design. So there is a bit of different coloration to the background as well. So that's alright. Daj. So from 13. So if I also have a SAS on the field, it cannot be chosen by my opponent's summons or abilities. That's good. Oh, here we go. Odin. So that's a really high summon cost compared to the Odin that you get from FF13. So if I was to... You'd be very good if you can actually use that as a EX burst instead. And of course, Gabaranth. Nice. Oh, here we go. Another Kimahri. In fact... No, this is just now a forward card. In fact, let's try and find that Kimahri that I just got. Here we go. We'll just use this one as a comparison. So there we go. We've got a backup Kimahri and a forward Kimahri. There we go. So, say, for example, if this one... Let's bring out... So, do I have any... So, yeah, for example, if I had a Dragoon which had a first strike on the opponent's side, if there was a Dragoon with first strike on the opponent's side, I can use Ronzo Rage and gain first strike. Or just its normal ability in general. Probably just that. Either way, another Kimahri to compare. Number 4. I'm already losing track. Okay, so we do have Sage from FF Tactic, from 3. Another Titan. I'm going to get a fair few of these. Thief, Gilgamesh. Again, wait a minute. Let's bring out... Let's see if I can find my Gilgamesh. Here we go. So this is a different style. Again, this is from the Cydia Final Fantasy from 5. So again, it's Brave. Choose one forward, remove the top card from the deck from the game. If the removed card is a forward, break it. If not, deal 3,000 damage. Pretty much comparing him to if he gets Excalibur, and Excalibur, here we go, Cloud. So if I was to control a category 7, pretty much forward other than Cloud, he gains 2,000. Here we go, Thief. Another Thief. Fairy, that's a nice looking card. Here we go, Valifor, another summon. Turn all forwards to their owner's hand, so that's actually pretty impressive. So if I was to have him as if I was to bring Valifor onto the field, all the forwards that my opponent controls will be back in their hand, so of course they have to pay the cost to put them back onto the field. Waka, a backup. So any water forwards I control, so if I was to have Tidus on the field, and Waka's there, and it pretty much stacks up as well, so he'll have 10,000 power, and if Yuna's on the field, of course, she gains Brave, so that's a really strong combination, if you're ever to do that. Another Laguna, so that's pretty good. Nora from 13. Is that right? Yeah, 13. And Kefka. Another backup. Alright, so that's from booster 4. Let's bring out 4. I think that's 4. I don't know, I've lost count already. Oh my. It's not a good sign. Alright, so we have the Chemist from FF Tactics. Evoker, just a standard summon, standard backup, so that's pretty good. You can have a few of them on the field. Another Chocobo Chick. Black Belt. Squire. There we go. Geomancer. So nice backup there. Look at the top card of my deck. You may place the card at the bottom. So if I was to search the card for the deck, for the hand, and if I was to, say, have an EX Burst card, I know it's an EX Burst card. I can just take the damage and use that on my opponents. That's pretty good. Monk. So that's a nice backup there. Ah, here we go. Maria. So there's another, pretty much the same ability, but it's a nice little foil there as well. Ah, Arias. I think I say Agrias. I don't know. So there we go. If I was to search for, so if this one's an EX Burst. So if she was to if she was to go to the damage zone, I can use that EX Burst to my hand. Shiva. That's nice. Ah, Sid Highwind. Here we go. So of course you'll use him from the disc change things as well. So that's all right. There we are. And Kuja from FF9. And also Dissidia Final Fantasy as well. There we go. I actually have no idea how many of these I've opened so far. I think it is only about 5. Either way, let's bring out another one. I think I'll have a counter actually telling me how many of these I've opened up. Okay, here we go, a different one. So we've got a Scholar from Final Fantasy 3. There we go. Zalbag from Tactics. Just a standard Evoker, so that's not too bad. Nice little backup there. Black Belt, another backup. Summoner, another standard. Another standard forward. Not sure if you can use any of these, but that's alright. Dark Knight, so again, the same Dark Knight that I showed off before. Ah, here we go, a shiny X-Death. So any card that's put into the... So if EX-Death is on the field, any card that's put into the damage zone due to X-Death cannot use its EX abilities. So if I was to have... If there was an EX ability card, say the opponent ended up putting in Laguna into his damage zone, the EX Burst cannot be used. So that's pretty good. Rain, again, from World of Final Fantasy. So you do get a couple of those in. So if she was to go into the damage zone, she can add land to the... You can add land to the hand, if you have one, of course. Ah, Gilgamesh from the City of Final Fantasy. Now, this is its costume change. So if I was to use its ability... So if I need to tap... Well, let's actually tap... dull 2 of these cards, and I think it's another one as well. There we go. Ah, Alexander Summon. Again, it's in the EX Burst, so that's pretty good. So if there was a cost of 5 or more, so say if I was to have... let's have an example. Ah, if there was a Tidus on the field, and it does cost 5 or more to activate, I can break it, so that's pretty good. And Prish from City of Final Fantasy 11. So she ends up using as a... If she ends up being used to block a card, she gains 4,000 from it. So Zed has 12,000 from it. So that's not too bad. Right. Next one. Oh my god, there's so many. Okay, so we do have a standard Black Belt. Another Gilgamesh from the City of Final Fantasy. Time Mage. I think I've showed a Time Mage already. Ramu from Tactics. Another Fairy. That's not too bad. Another Cloud. Another Squire. Ah, here we go. Shiny Kate Sith. So that's another... Sort of another forward there. So this is probably, again, going to be used as an EX Burst rather than as a way to deal deal damage to your opponent, because it only has 2,000. Well, you can't really use it to attack any other forwards. Here we go. A nice Warrior of Light there. Calls from the City of Final Fantasy. So if this forward was in and the cost of it is 4 or more, so if I was to try and attack and it's covered by, and it's blocked by Laguna, it is instead 10,000 damage rather than 7,000, rather than 5, so that's not too bad. Oh, another lightning. In fact, let's bring out the lightning that's from the starter deck. There we go. Oh, sorry, that's Odin. Lightning, lightning. There we go, lightning. So that's not too bad. So of course she also has haste as well, so she can attack this more the turn that she summoned on. Riku, there we go. So when Riku enters the field, choose up to 5 backups you control, you return them to their owner's hands. Oh, 5 backups that you control. And Cloud of Darkness, so a nice little forward there as well. Oh, I'm going to be flooded with cards in no time. So pretty much I'm already owning over 600 cards already. Okay, so we again have the same Gilgamesh from the City of Final Fantasy. Geomancer, I think I have the Geomancer. Now the Chocobo chick, so I could have that there. I believe, but since there isn't a 3 there, I can only have one of them on my side as a backup. Ramu, another fairy, Cloud again, Squire, Ludo from Final Fantasy X. So if I was to have any lightning forwards, I get another 1,000 for each of them. Oh, here we go. So that's a foil, that's a normal. So you can sort of tell there. I wish I remembered the name for this one. So that one's just a normal summon, so that's not too bad. Huge from 13. So I'm essentially just swapping cards here. And Chaos. So this is a nice, this looks like a nice backup here, but again it's a dark, so I can only have him on my side. Oh, here we go. Although Chaos can be played onto the field even if you control other dark characters, so that's pretty good. So Chaos is on the field. Chaos can produce CP of any element, so that's not too bad. Let's bring that out of the way. Next one. Okay, I'm opening these much nicely. Zarbag. Tamar from World of Final Fantasy. By one character across XLS from my hand onto the field. Knight. I don't think I have a Knight yet. Or at least not what this one. The forwards forming a party with Knight don't receive any damage. That's alright. Viking. So even if the not Vikings on there, you can draw a card, so that's alright. Chocobo, nice little forward there. There we go. Another Tifa. Oop. Red 13, just normal 13, first strike, so that's alright. Laburu from 13. So there's a nice little backup there. Agrias from Tactics. Another Shiva. Another Warrior of Light. And Lilia from 2. There we go, I don't think I've seen that one yet. Alright, let's bring out another booster pack. I assume this is going to be just about 30 minutes of me just opening boosters. I'm okay with that. Geomancer. Scholar. Zalbarg. Again. Invoker. Yeah, you're going to see a few of these already. Thief. Agrath. I think that's how you pronounce it. Dark Knight. Here we go. Nice shiny white mage. That's not too bad. Seraphi from World of Final Fantasy. So it's a nice EX burst that she has there. So rather than just summon her normally, so both players can have a card from their character from their break zone and add to their hand. So that's all right. Leviathan from Tactics. Hope, here we go. When Hope enters the field, choose one backup you control, activate it. And if you've cast Alexander that turn, activate all the backups you control. Eject from Final Fantasy X. That is again Dissidia Final Fantasy X. And that's it. Right, next booster. I swear these are pretty easy to open. So we have another Tamar from World of Final Fantasy. Knight. Ranger. Ninja. Monk, just a standard unit. Viking. Oh, missed the mime. That's pretty good. Shiny Deleter. That's alright. Duke Larg. There we go. Brahilda. I think that's how you say it. So again, it's a nice EX burst there if you can use it. Sylph from Final Fantasy Tactics. Nice Garland from Dissidia. And that's it. Let's move all that out of the way. Alright. Next up. So many cards. Alright. So we have a Red Mage. A Bard. Ranger. There we go, another Chocobo. So of course this is a different Chocobo from the other FF7 one that I just pulled. Okay, Sith, again, it's a nice EX burst card you can have. Just a standard Evoker. I'm not sure if you can put that in. Dragoon, here we go. Now this is the different Dragoon from Final Fantasy Tactics. From the last one that I just showed off. So this is a male version of the Dragoon. So it said it has haste rather than first strike. Here we go. Onion Knight from Dissidia Final Fantasy. Now this is its Sage ability. So if there was when it enters the field, it chooses a damage forward. So a forward that's already been attacked, I believe. Same lightning as I showed before. Another Seraphy. Leviathan. And Terra from Dissidia Final Fantasy VI. So if any one of the summons that are used, they are now increased by 1. So that's actually not too bad. And she can't be chosen by a summon as well. Oh, let's get all these out of the way. I've got a lot of cleaning up to do. And time to get comfy as well. Come on. Alrighty then. Here we go. We got Scholar. More Scholars. Evoker. Black Belt. Another Evoker. In fact, let's bring out the Evoker from the other one. So they're both backups, but of course they're different styles, of course. Even though they're from the same game. Another Thief. Agrath. Sure, I've pulled that one again. Dark Knight. Another pull. Here we go. Shiny Yuffie. There we go. Nuge from 10. Don't think I've encountered that one yet. Because I've been playing 10 a little bit, and I don't think I've seen this character. Must be from 10 too. Another Daj. So that's alright. Ooh, wait a minute. Don't think I did that one. Belfort and Riku. So that was packaged weird. Interesting. Let's bring out the next one. That's a better break. Tamar from World of Final Fantasy. You got a few of those, so that's alright. Red Mage. There we go. Knight. Geomancer. Oh, there we go. Geomancer's from 2 different games, of course. Mystic. Don't think I've seen that one yet. That's alright. Again, Dragoon. Cecil. Here we go. So if Cecil's on the field, any summons or abilities you can choose of your opponents must choose Cecil if possible. So that's alright, too bad. There we go. Ah, another Cecil. So the same, essentially the same Cecil, but of course it's a shiny. That's alright. Ah, here we go. Now this squad will pair up quite nicely with Laguna. So that's alright. So if they're both on the field at the same time, Squall will end up having 9,000 power, and this one will also have 9,000 power. So that's alright. And Joseph from Final Fantasy II. He met a grim fate indeed. I'm not going to spoil it. Play the game yourself. Then again, I probably should spoil it. It's been over 20... It's been many years since the game got released. Alright. Evoker. We've probably seen a few Evokers already. Black Belt. Zelbag. Another Summoner. Squire. Another standard unit. Geomancer. So that's alright. Dragoon again. Now, another Terra. Another shiny, of course. So, of course, a lot of these are going to be become shinies, of course. So that's alright. Oran. I think I've seen this one. I'm not sure. Another Fang. Ah, here we go. Ninja Onion Knight. So that's alright. And Vanille from 13. So there we go. Alright, next one. That's where I've got to do this in different parts. Let's move this back a bit. My hands are getting tired. And I've just been pulling cards. Okay, so we're going to see Tamar possibly a lot. Although plenty of knights. Another red mage. More geomancers than I can count. Another mystic. I think I may have seen a devout already. Squire. Oh, here we go. Shiny Evoker. So that's alright. Put that in. Seymour from FF10. So of course if he enters the field, I can choose a forward with 3 or less. So if I was to do... If the Squire was on the field, that would be broken. Anna Cross. That's alright. Bart's from the City of Final Fantasy. So Bart's has all the jobs. Admittedly, I'm not 100% sure what that ability essentially means. I'll have to double check that. Van from the City of Final Fantasy. In fact, 12. There we go. So that's a nice one. Nice. Alright. Next one. Feels like we're not even halfway through this box either. Alright. Another Ranger. Gonna move more of these all over. Chocobo. Another Bard. Devout. I believe these are going to be just more commons, I reckon. Another Devout. Oh, here we go. I can probably compare these. So that's alright. Agrath. Mages. Oh, here we go. Shiny Dark Knight. There we go. That's alright. Varian from FF2. And Dissidia, Final Fantasy, I should say. So I can have... essentially, either... I can do 1 and 2. That's alright. So there we are. That's a nice pull. Again, another Onion Knight. Barrett from FF7. So there we go. It's pretty much comparing them. And... oh, I wish I knew how to pronounce their name. I really did. Oh. We're going to move these around. I'll be right back. Came back, and we had to... I'm glad I paused it a bit so I can keep count. 18 boosters I've already just opened, which means we are halfway through. Alright. Let's bring this one out. Hang on. If I can move these over. Alright, so we got another Devout. Samurai. Now, Samurai's not too bad, actually. So attacking does not cause his forward to dial, so he can still be... Samurai could still be used to defend. Evoker. Dark Knight from Tactics, so that's alright. Summoner. Yuffie, again. Another Dark Knight. Ah, Laguna from Final Fantasy VIII. So this is a different Laguna. So there we go. Duke Larg. Brynhilda. Kate Sith. Now this is a different one. This one you could probably choose to have in your hand, as a forward, so that's not too bad. Riku. And this is a nice backup as well. Alright. There we go. 20. So we got a black belt, black mage, time mage, chemist, ninja, monk, another mime. So you can have 3 of those, that's good too. Shiny Jill Nabat. So there we go. Another Odin. Nice little EX burst there. Gabaranth from the City of Final Fantasy 12. There we go. Hope. Golbez. There we go. So this is another... Oh, that's just a lightning, so that's not too bad. Search for up to 4 forwards of cost 2. Each a different ability and play them onto your field. So if he was sent to the break, is put from the field into the break zone, you may search for up to 4 forwards of cost 2. Each a different ability. So that's actually not too bad. So if you're pulling, so you have a few 2 or less backup forwards, you can put them onto the field instead. So that's actually pretty good. 21. Alright, let's bring it out. Okay, so we've got another Chocobo, another Bard, another Devout, another Dark Knight, different Chocobo. Actually, let's bring those 2 up. So they're both from the same game. There we go. Another Tifa. Different Red 13. Oh, so you know it's a different Red 13. Ramza, here we go. So I can choose 1 backup and activate it. So that's alright. Kate Sith. So essentially, Ramza would be useful if you're going to your main phase 2 and trying to do and pull out another summon or a forward or reverse. Forward or what's the other word I'm looking for? So as soon as Vincent attacks, he gains first strike. So it's only when he's attacking. So when he's defending, he can't do that damage. Straight away. Aerith, here we go. Now, of course, it's officially known that Aerith is the Aerith, not Ares. Is that official? Aerith, not Ares. Take note, people. Lunu. Here we go. Ooh, here we go. That's nice. Okay. 22. Gonna have to keep getting comfy. Black Mage. Magus. Dance. I don't think I've seen a Dancer yet. I'm not sure. Summoner. Magus. Geomancer. Monk. Huge. So we've got Huge as a shiny as well. So that's alright. Another Vincent. Another Tidus. Now this one's actually more artwork Tidus rather than City of Final Fantasy Tidus or normal Tidus. That's alright. Sarah, I believe this is the same Sarah. Actually, no, this is a different Sarah actually. And Guy from FF2. That's alright. Alright. 23. So we got Ranger, another Chocobo, Another Bard. Another Samurai. Nice Samurai. Agrath. Magus. Mime. Ah, here we go. Shiny Dragoon. Nice. Waka. Laguna. Nora. So that's essentially, of course, Snow's mother. So that's actually not too bad of an EX burst there. And Snow. There we go. Alright, let's bring up the next one. 24, I think. Dark Knight. Samurai. Another Evoker, just a standard one, so that's alright. Backup. Well, without any abilities, I should say. Bard. Chocobo. Squire. And nice shiny Cloud. It's alright. Ah, here we go. I don't think I've seen this one yet. Oh, don't think I've... Have I seen this Terry yet? Don't think so, actually. Yuffie. And Land. Here we go. Had to pull a Land eventually. Land cannot block a forward with a power greater than his. So, essentially, if a forward has... So, if a forward has more power than Lan, he can't be blocked by it, and he cannot block a forward with power greater than his. Interesting. No, excuse me, sorry. Alright, next pull. Ah, here we go. Difference in Highwind. It's good that we see a different Final Fantasy than Thrill Tactics at the start. Don't think I have Levidia yet. That's actually pretty good. Nice backup there. Possibly. Summoner. Here we go. Here we go. Final Fantasy Tactics Shiva. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. A package just arrived for me, so I had to get the door. Okay, so going back to Shiva. So that's a different Shiva from Final Fantasy Tactics. That's alright. White Mage. Summoner. Seen that many a times. Moogle. Yes. Alma. Here we go. So there's again the different same one but shiny. That's alright. Godot. Here we go. So if I have another 5 forward, I can put... So if I was 2 or less, I should say. 2 or less from my hand onto the field. So that's alright. Here we go. Ramza. Don't think I have a Ramza yet. Excuse me. Another Aerith. So of course I can only play one Aerith, of course, because it does have the doesn't have the symbol in the corner. But here we go. So if he was to be put into the damage zone, EX burst happens. All right, let's bring out the next one. An almost 50-minute video of me pulling cards. That's not going to be too bad. Well, 50 the way I'm going. Devout. Evoker. Another Dark Knight. Magus. Bard. Another one. Chocobo. Dark Knight. And another Mime. But of course this one's a proper shiny one. You're going to have 3 of those. That's not too bad. Rain from Final... Here we go. Let's bring those 2 up together. So there we go. It's kind of funny how Rain actually has... Oh, but then she's more of a backup, so that's alright. Gilgamesh. Again, alternate costume. Mustadio. And normal Onion Knight. There we go. Alright, let's bring out the next one. Here we go. Ovilia. Magus. Dancer. Sid. Nice. Another Tifa. Rumble. Another Mime. Don't know how many of those I got. Dark Knight. I think it's a nice shiny Dark Knight, so that's alright. Auron. Nice. Do Goltana. Ninja Onion Knight. And Lightning. So we've got a few Lightnings that are... Let's see, here we go. Let's bring up the Lightning we've got from the starter deck. So when Lightning enters this field, you may search for a card named Odin, so that's alright. Lightning gains haste first strike, and when Lightning attacks, choose up to one forward your opponent controls. If it is possible, it must block Lightning this turn. So she's going to essentially destroy it. Nice. Definitely keep that in an FF13 base deck. Let's bring out the next one. We are getting... There. Here we go. Golem. So a nice little summon. Here we go. Another backup Aerith. Chemist. Red Mage. Mystic. Another Devout. Archer. Here we go. Nice shiny Hope. Armadar. From FF13, of course. So here we go. For you is used as an EX Burst. So you can choose either Lightning or Snow and add to my hand. So that last Lightning that you had before, not too bad. Yuna. So any water summons that you have can be reduced by 1. Sylph. And Ricard from FF2. So if I put Ricard into the break zone, choose 1 forward, it cannot be broken that turn. So that's alright. Oh my. Oh, with the amount of cards I got, it can make a deck out of it. Like a different deck to the starters. Alright, now the Golem for a start. Knight. The forwards forming a party with Knights don't receive any damage, so that's alright. Summoner. Another Summoner. Another Archer. Monk. Dark Knight. Here we go. Nice shiny Cloud. Oh, and this is from Dissidia Final Fantasy as well. So he has a couple of different abilities there, which is pretty good. Do 4,000 damage to all forwards your opponent controls. And Omni Slash. Choose 1 forward and break it. I would consider that standard. Nice EX Burst. Again, same Warrior Knight from before. Again, another Bartz. Cosmos. Here we go. So this is a light backup. So essentially, she is going to be this. She has the same ability as Chaos. Of course, switched around essentially. Why could I not think of that word? Let's bring up the next one. Alma, Ifrit, Kamari, again, Time Mage, another Knight, I'm going to be sorting these out, Delita, Dragoon, Squire, nice shiny, Hades, here we go, a nice summon. So that's a nice summon actually, it's not too bad. Lebrew, that's how you pronounce it. Odin, again. And Sass. There we go. So we've got 5, after this one, 5 more to go. So we're up to 20, so this is number 30. Oh, sorry, 31. Dancer, Sid, Golem, another Tifa. I'm going to be sorting these out. Ramu, Summoner, Dragoon, Delita, nice shiny, that's good. Cecil, just a normal Cecil, so that's alright. Normal Squall, from Dissidia, of course. Firion from Dissidia Final Fantasy. And Kain, here we go. So this is from, again, Dissidia Final Fantasy 4. So that's actually not too bad. Gonna have to sort these out again. Right, 32. Getting better. Alright, so we've got Shiva, another Aerith, Chemist, Sage, Viking, Kate Sith, another Dragoon. So I believe this is a different art style to the one that I had before. There's a couple of different art styles, so that's alright. Ah, Shiny Warrior Light. That looks nice. Sephiroth. Have I showed Sephiroth yet? I'm not sure. Again, Zack. Actually, I think I have. Lulu. And Lasholta. Shatola. I don't know how to say these, sorry. That's not too bad. Alright. 33, 34, 35. 3 more to go. 3 more to go. We're getting there. Overlia. Summoner. Shiva. Aerith. Archer. Monk. Archer again. Oran, here we go. Another nice backup there. Looks quite good. Onion Knight as a Sage. Another Barret. Alexander. And Minwu. The forwards you control don't receive damage that is less than their power. Now, that's actually not too bad. I think. I'll have to double check that. 34. Geomancer. Black Mage. Chemist. Ramza. Yuffie. Ninja. Red 13. And, of course, Mad Summon. Can't pronounce it, I'm sorry. Deleter. Ah, Van as a... in his Sky Knight. In a proper knight outfit. So when he forms a party and attacks, you draw 1 card and discard 1. That's actually not too bad. Oran. And Gordon from 2. So the next damage dealt to Gordon becomes 0 this turn. Okay. Number 35. Alright, we have Red Mage, Alma, Chemist, Viking, Kate Sith, Evoker, another Moogle, Biggs. Now this is a shiny Biggs. There we go. Yagorosk, another Terra, another Seared Highwind. Oh, and a different art style to Auron. So I can put 1. So if I deal damage to my opponent, I can put 1/5 back up from my hand onto the field as dulled. So there we go. This is the last one. Let's go out with style. Hopefully. Okay, Red Mage, Armor, Ifrit, Kamari, Evoker, Ramza, Archer. Oh, here we go. Nice shiny. That one. Use, I think that's right. Nuge, I think. And Laguna. That's not too bad. So all up, I will have over 600 cards for me to sort out into a proper deck. And that's it. That's 36 boosters opened up for your, I wouldn't say your pleasure. If you enjoyed it, that's good. And I just realized I have a package to sort out. So this is pretty much my foray into the Final Fantasy trading card game. I'm either going to spend a lot of money on this or hopefully sell some cards. Who knows what's going to happen. So this is Mr. Weston. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.